Goes. I just had to pull her carcass out of the mud. And when I say out of the mud, I mean out of the mud. So, yeah. Hey, back there. I'm gonna have her come back down and get her bearings there. I got her out of the mud, so I don't know if you can hear me. And there she is. I don't know what. Oh, she's gonna just do those and let me do. For some reason, I can't. They can't hear me or something. Now, anyway, we're baling. And she forgot to turn the. What do you call it on? Oh, come on! God darn! This thing is just dying to ruin my morning, afternoon, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Keeps telling me I gotta turn, and then I turn, and then it does that horse shit. And you know what that horse shit is? That's a wad of shit waiting to happen. There it is. There we go. Yeah, we're on a hillside that is just loaded with springs. When I say springs, I mean springs like water springs. So it hasn't rained in a while here, but we have these springs that we got to deal with. And there's like 2 or 3 that just run constantly, no matter what. It's like, oh, it's August 20th. You haven't seen rain in 3 weeks. I think I'm going to run water today. That's the way that stuff works. And here's another one. And that one, the root of that spring is right there. It's crazy. Huh. And it's just here, and there's no getting around them. You just gotta get around them. So what you do is, in life experience, if you don't know, you know where they're at, right? So you're like, okay, I know where that spring is, and how can I avoid that particular spring? Well, you can't avoid them. You can go around them, but for the most part, my nephew, I'd mowed them, so it really wasn't that big of a deal when I mowed it. But what you can do is you go up the field to the opposite direction of the spring, and there's another one there. It may catch me, I don't know. I don't think it will. Oh no, we're getting in it now. It's gonna get me. It's trying to get me anyway. There, see the water laying? And of course I'm making ruts. My father's like, man, this field is rough as hell. So anyway, you get up to the holy shit side of it. Oh man, this thing is just eating my tractor alive. I've only got 180 horsepower, 200 horsepower in this tractor, and it just, these balers take a lot of horsepower. Yeah, what? So back to what I was saying. You get up around that, there's another one. It just, the water runs out of here. It's crazy. She's got the better tractor to do this job here. I'm probably gonna end up there, and then what you do is you come down. You just go down through them, so you're not pulling this big behemoth chunk of iron behind me uphill into a wet hole. So you go to the dry and you work your way up. Now I'm gonna get her to go into the other field. Hey Teresa, what you have to do is you gotta go all the way to the far right side of this field if you're going up, and then go down into those springs so that you're not pulling the tractor and baler up through the spring. There you make out. All right. I don't know. We'll find out. I know I have a wet spot there. I made a rut. As long as the ruts go up and down the hill, you'll be all right. I mean, I'm only going 6 miles an hour. Let's see if we kick that thing out. I know it's a little bit thick here. All right, so now you're gonna see there's water, and you see my tires are coming up wet. I'm sure my baler's sinking in. Yeah, but there's the water, the real. She went right into the heart, or the root of that spring right there. and of course made a hell of a mess out of it. But that's okay. I got her out, and it'll heal up by next year, maybe. I'll probably have to come up here with roller hair and roll it shut. That's what happens, but that's how you get through them. Now, if she comes, this damn baler. All right, enjoy the sights. Y'all go. We got 10 minutes of yammering on here, I think, something like that. Anyway. Okay, so we're baling hay. Me and William and Teresa. We're moving right along. We'll have, well, we're over 400. Shit. So far today, we've done over 500 bales between the two of us, which isn't too god-awful bad. Timothy's got a lot to do. I know my sound is probably not going to be very good. This baler came in a couple days ago and really just greased it, twined it, kicked the tires, took the bolt out of the tire that was stuck in the tire. That was kind of an amazing thing. Plugged the tire, and that was it. Didn't have any tire jacked in that one, where I never even noticed that there was a hole in it. But we're down to the last two fields here on this 100 and God knows, I think it's a 130 acre farm. Doesn't take much to do 130 acres with these big monsters. The new hay rake is doing quite wonderful. Honestly, I was seriously contemplating building a hay rake from scratch and just, you know, dealing with the R&D and, you know, trial and error, trying to save a few dollars. And in reality, H&S has already built one that is pretty well exactly what I would have built. Almost exactly what I would have built. Those 60-inch wheels are just tits when it comes to raking material. You're looking at a windrow that covers the entire front end of this thing and covers the entire baler pickup in the back there, and it don't care. The baler does very well behind that rake. The older style rake, which I loved them, I still like them, I don't love them anymore, but that 3112 by H&S has so far impressed everyone that has gotten in front of it and started using it. Of course, they are the lighter capacity rake. It's not the H&S high capacity, but it is a medium capacity rake that is obviously doing high capacity work without too much trouble. Actually, with zero trouble at all. I'm thinking of actually, I'm having a little, my pickup needs to be dropped on both of these balers because I'm leaving a little bit behind. And it's not because of the rake, it's because of the tires on the tractor. Just touching it enough to allow the darn thing to go ahead and just press it down enough that it's going to leave it behind. You can see it right there, and it annoys the hell out of me. It isn't really going to make any difference. You know, it'll make a difference. There might be one or two bales left behind over this 130 acres over that. But that's not much. But the problem is, if I start dropping the headers on this field, then I just got to pick them up in the next field. It's only doing it in this field. The other fields, it's perfect. It's swept them clean. I was just up on the hill and raked or baled that, and it perfectly swept it perfectly clean. So yeah, so it's just me, my wife baling today. Cody had some wedding crap to deal with. His words, not mine. There's always money involved, you know. But anyways, I'm just speculating. I'm not sure. So if you're from the mushroom company, yeah, it is what it is. But I do have plans to go to Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Texas, in that area, and work my way up through the midsection of the country next year. That is definitely in the works. It's been a long road, and we haven't quite come to an agreement whether we're doing it or not. So probably, I've got the baler ordered, and it will be coming in on, I believe, May of next year, April or May of next year. That's when it's going to come to me. By the time I get all the financing and everything done, I've got the money for the down payment, obviously, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I may even be able to pay for the damn thing. I don't know. I don't like to spend all my cash, you know, and it's okay to take a loan on something if you've got a portion of it, you know, paid for. But you know, it's just the way it is. But I got it ordered, and I just need this contract to be stone cold and solid. You know, not this, oh, well, maybe I need you, maybe I don't kind of a thing. And that's what I dealt with last year. This year it was a go. We were gonna go, and I was prepared to go, and then it was like, oh no, we got hail, so we don't have the material. And then they went and they banged the bushes and found more wheat straw, and now it's like, well, okay, what are we gonna do here? I have to yell at my wife for speeding, so she keeps jamming that thing up. But anyways, hopefully we can get them to iron out the contract and get that right. Anyway, let me figure out what's wrong with her. I'm done yammering anyway.
So, baby, I get in. So,
no more shapes jumping off the
bed.
Four little shapes jumping off the bed. One fell up and bumped his head. Mother called the doctor, and the doctor said, what the doctor said, Will? Let's stop. Give me that.